Robert Fico, the Slovakian Prime Minister, was shot, and just 5 minutes later, Twitter is full of conspiracy theories. And here is the problem with these conspiracy theories and how they are used as propaganda. The common thread you will notice is people highlighting the political positions of Robert Fico. I could say that these are dog whistles, and the political stance of Robert Fico is only stated to suggest that he was assassinated by they, without directly stating it. Of course, direct statement would require evidence, and the lack of that would result in people calling the creator of similar posts out and community noting them for spreading disinformation. But simply stating that he was shot and which policies he was against, both of which are factually correct information, they are not spreading disinformation. However, it achieves the same results, because based on these two pieces of information, people will jump to the conclusion that he stepped out of line, so they killed him. You can insert your favorite conspiracy theory here to determine who is responsible, be it NATO and the military-industrial complex, the CIA, the World Health Organization and Bill Gates, or Ukraine. And you could call me paranoid seeing a propaganda campaign where there is none, but looking at the replies, this is exactly what is happening. People jumping to these conclusions. And since I'm not a psychic, I cannot say with certainty that these accounts create these posts specifically to spread propaganda, but regardless of whether it is intentional or not, the end results are the same. And before I explain how the argumentation of he was shot and he was against X, therefore people who benefit from X must be behind the shooting, is fallacious, here is another example that will help you understand that. Because with the same argument, we can quickly identify who is behind the Russia-Ukraine war and the tensions between China and Taiwan. And we do that by understanding the results of these tensions. Both the war in Ukraine and the arming of Taiwan require a huge amount of money and resources from the United States of America. Already needing to decide between the theater of Europe and the Pacific, its resources are already stretched thin. It will be severely restricted in its ability to support the fight against any adversary elsewhere. Your guess is correct. Hamas is behind the war in Ukraine and the worsening tensions between China and the other China. Just think about it. The war in Ukraine left the stockpiles of the United States with less weapons available, and with the increased focus required by the Pacific theater, Hamas benefits from the less attention and available military support for Israel. The Putin regime is clearly a puppet government controlled by Hamas, doing their bidding and distracting the United States. It also clearly controls both sides of the Taiwan Strait, infiltrated the CCP and the Taiwanese government. They clearly benefit from these events, so they must be behind it, right? So to sum it up shortly, just because someone is benefiting from a certain event, it does not mean that they caused it. More Twitter propaganda in my last video. Huge thanks to my Patreons, J. Brandon and Arda Bon, who helped me with getting better tools so I can produce high quality and informative videos for you. And thank you for watching.